Hi everyone, my name is Emerald Song and welcome to Love Company. This is a demo and it was made for the Yandere Jam 2022 on Ichio, if hopefully I'm saying that right. uh, anyway, it's just a demo, but it looked interesting, and anyway, let's get started. Let's see. What the hell? Someone's been at my desk. It looks like a crime scene. Whoever it is was sloppy. There, much better. Computers, really the way of the future, huh? Maybe. This... Shit! Technical issues? Oh, good morning, Charla. Yeah, it won't let me log in. Did you forget something? I don't think so, but my password isn't working. Didn't you have it written down somewhere? Not anymore. Computers can be such a P in the A sometimes. Why not harass IT about resetting it? That's not a bad thought. Have I ever had a bad thought? Not really. By the way, did you see someone hanging around my desk earlier? Well, I literally just got here, so... Oh, okay. Someone made a real mess of my desk, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. Could have been one of the cleaning people. Or maybe you have a secret admirer. I'm dead serious. So am I. Maybe something good could come out of it. Didn't you split from someone recently? Diving back into the pond may help lift your spirits. What do you think of the new intern? Intern? Oh, you mean him? Ryan, right? We haven't run into each other all that much, but he seems pretty popular around the office. Personally, I think he's a bit too much. I don't know anyone sane who's that chipper in the morning, but who knows? Maybe. Well, I should probably get to work. See you later. See ya. That's literally me when I'm trying to figure out how to edit stuff. I should have like dot 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 above my head like all the time. Hello, I'm having issues logging into my computer. My user ID is 404342. Did you reset your password? Not that I remember. Please hold on. Okay, I'll see what I can do. A lot of people took off because of the extended weekend. Hopefully we'll have your situation resolved by sometime this afternoon. Okay. Thanks. Way of the future? My ass. Computers really suck. Not you, my computer. You are a wonderful computer, and I love you. It doesn't seem like this is going to be resolved anytime soon. You decide to do something more productive than just staring at the screen. Guess that means I'll be getting my hands dirty. It's a good thing that the firm still keeps physical copies of everything. Sometimes it's nice to have a backup. Whoa, it jumped. With newfound resolve, you get up from your cubicle and head to the back wall of the section. I've never worked in an office, but I always thought I'd like working in an office. I like being in like a cubicle and just working to myself. Since I've always worked in healthcare, it's always like busy, 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 run, 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 keep going, going, going. But an office just seems like, I know it's busy, but like it doesn't seem like, I mean, you don't literally have a like a life or death situation on your hands sometimes. It's not like, and you don't have, call lights going off every 3 seconds, you know. But I know office work is hard. Don't get me wrong. I have a sister who works in an office setting, and she'd probably smack me if she heard me say that. So, um, but anyway, let's get back to the game. Anyway, uh, this one seems to be due relatively soon. You gather up a sizable stack of court documents. This is going to be fun. Fun to sift through. Thinking about it, that could definitely help. Without another thought, you're down on your hands and knees, rummaging through boxes and behind stacks of dusty binders. Now, where could it be? I'm sure I've hidden it somewhere around here. Looking for something? The voice catches you a bit off guard. Oh, he's kind of cute. He looks like a guy I used to go to high school with a little bit. Yeah, actually quite a bit, actually, now that I look at him. That's been like forever and a half ago, too. But anyway. You turn around to see the person you and Charla had been gossiping about just a little bit ago. A bit embarrassed by your current position, you try to regain what little composure you have. Oh, good morning. Yeah, I am. We saved a couple of electric typewriters a while back. A lucky few had been hidden away from management during the Great Leap Forward of '89. That turned out to be an invaluable investment. Oh, who knew they still had a couple lying around? Yeah, hopefully. As if on cue, you finally find what you've been looking for. You could almost cry tears of joy if you had any. Thank God, barely anyone here actually does their job. I didn't quite catch that. Oh, I mean, thank God I can finally do my job. My computer's been acting up. That's strange. Anyway, need help with all that? He gestures to the stack of files. Including including the typewriter, you probably have to make multiple trips to bring everything over alone. I'm actually heading in the same direction. So, sure. Thanks. I'd really appreciate the help. So, how's working here been for you so far? It's been okay. It's been okay. I'm not feeling overwhelmed yet. I'm glad to hear that. If you ever need help, I'll try to be here for you. Okay. You try to make a bit of small talk on your way back to your work area. Nothing personal really comes up, though you don't learn anything new about him. Not that you don't want to, you're just nervous. He keeps looking at you now and again. It makes your thoughts meander. But you don't even know if he's single or if he even likes you. This really was a lot of stuff. It can't possibly fit at your workspace. And you're still annoyed with the whole computer situation. It's better just to bring all this to one of the vacant desks close by and start fresh. You really appreciate the help. Thanks again. No problem. I'm just happy to be of service. I guess I should probably start working. Would you like some coffee? It was a nice gesture. I'll play it like I would normally say it. I will politely decline because I don't drink coffee, so politely decline. Thanks, but I'm good. Are you sure? It looks like you're still a bit drowsy. Yeah, if somebody was to push something like that on me, I'd probably just take it, just like not drink it, because I'd be like, well, okay, sure. So we'll take them up on the offer. Sure, I'd love it. Glad to hear it. I'll be back in a bit. He's gone in a flash, leaving you face to face with the typewriter. At least I don't need that damn login with this baby. You've barely gotten around to setting up the thing when he's already back with your mug. You're really punctual. I pride myself in that. Are you gonna try the coffee? He seems like he really wants you to taste it. For a split second, something feels a bit off. You're unsure whether you're reading too much into it. And with the work he must have put into making it, you don't really want to disappoint him. Yeah, I would pretend to take a sip. You try to make it look as convincing as possible. It's delicious. I'm happy you like it. He gives you a warm smile and walks off. You stare off into space for a bit, thinking about that interaction. It was something, right? It's difficult to concentrate on the work in front of you. Oh, I probably need my stapler. And some pens. And some paper. Jeez, why do I feel like such a mess today? It must be because of the stress. It must be because of that. You don't really want to think about it. What's this? There's a sticky note on your computer monitor. You try to decipher the shitty chicken scratch. Are you sure I didn't write it? Case 2513 is urgent now. Can you complete and fax to the department by tonight? Boss? The signature appears to be authentic. This wouldn't be the first time he's dumped something on you at last minute. And he's gotten brazen with it recently. But right before a holiday weekend? What kind of asshole would do that? Oh yeah, probably your boss. It's the most logical progression based on prior experience. Crap. Well then, I should probably get to work on it. There was a lot of evidence. A couple of things caught you off guard. Some made you physically wince. Apparently, a high-ranking police officer had recently lost his job and was fighting to get it back. He lost it because it came out that he was harassing multiple women. Ugh. Using his position to coerce them into certain things. Ugh. Ugh. The thought sent shivers down your spine. He had gotten away with all his misconduct for years. That is, until one of his victims finally came forward. This one action opened the metaphorical floodgates. It was very clear whose side the people would take. Well, yeah, the women, they better. You hoped it was a no-brainer. This case really hits close to home. You feel a distinct lack of enthusiasm. Were there ever any times you actually felt enthused? You look at the nearest clock. It's almost noon. Eventually, you feel like you made some kind of progress, all things considered. It's also visibly clear that you need a break from looking at this stuff. I should probably check my mail slot. Huh. Among the mail? Oh, another one? Someone is going to die tonight. The first time you got one of these notes, you thought you were hallucinating. After finding another one, you thought it was an accidental coincidence. Or some kind of off-kilter sick joke. I mean, why would someone keep doing this? You thought it would eventually stop. But, oh my. Oh wow. But they just keep showing up. You deserve to be alone. I'm always watching you. If you disappear, no one would miss you. Terrible things are going to happen to you. I can't read that. A very slow and painful and miserable something. All your coworkers talk shit about you. Very soon you'll be out of the picture, I'm guessing. One way or another. No one will ever love you. Who would go after me like this? You start to feel sick to your stomach. There's this creeping sensation that you're being watched. The rest of the day is a bit of a murky haze. As if there's a fog on your mind, you keep fixating on the threats. You aren't sure whether or not to take them seriously. Yeah, I would take them pretty seriously, after at least one or two. But There is a sinking fear that the situation will only get worse. What changed things now? How could someone justify this level of harassment? It, oh, it couldn't be my ex? You look at the untouched coffee mug beside you and let out a low sigh. With the day you've had, you don't think you can stomach the stuff. So you decide to pour the mug's contents into the pot of the nearest fake plants. No one will notice, right? It's not my fault some big shot decided on nothing but these soulless facsimiles. You look at the clock. Normal business hours are almost over. You say time almost went by quickly, except that so far, today has felt like a never-ending nightmare. And in this case, it's due today, right? I still have a bunch to do before I can send it off. What will you do? Oh, I'm one of those people, if I've got something I gotta do at work, I stay and finish it. You let out a long, exhausted sigh. And wonder why you put so much into your work. But if this really does need to be sent out by tonight, I guess I should get it done. Even though you're not particularly feeling it. Maybe it's because you're afraid of disapproval. Yeah, that pretty much hit it on the nail. Nail on the head, I guess, for, work and stuff. Maybe it's because work is the only thing you can immerse yourself in at the moment. You do just about anything to take your mind off the other stuff. That's enough introspective for now. It's time to get cracking. With that, there's nothing more to say. You slog through all the material, organizing photographic evidence, witness testimonies, a number of lengthy transcripts. This guy's a real idiot, on top of being a jackass. You can imagine how anyone could justify reinstating this human piece of trash. Although lawyers always have their ways. Sometimes the only thing you can do is hope for the best. By the time you feel confident with what you have, it's already pretty late. Well, I think this is good enough to send off. You try not to waste any more time. As you make your way to the nearest fax machine, you notice something in the tray. When is this from? And why is it still here? Was it sent after everyone else left? A bit too curious for your own good, you carefully pick up the page with your free hand. Oh, it's just you and me now. You're at a loss for words, and so shaken up by this new discovery that you drop everything on the floor. Shit! You're frustrated, but you can't bring yourself to gather it back up. This is it. This is the one that finally breaks you. The knowledge that your harasser knows you're still here, alone and defenseless. When you're not even sure who's doing all this, it paralyzes you with absolute terror. You've been contemplating your next course of action for a while now when, oh no, most of the lights around the office go out. You're already freaked out enough as it is. You don't need the lights timer's assistance with that. What the hell was that? All of a sudden, you hear a loud crash off in the distance. That sound, you can tell it came from the atrium. Whatever it was that fell sounded heavy. It couldn't be, could it? Did someone... Your chest tightens up. Part of you has to know, but another part of you has a bad feeling about all of this. What will you do? Let's see. I'm alone in the office. Big scary noise goes off. Would I investigate or would I try to leave? Oh, Lord have mercy. I would probably go look. You try to collect what little resolve you have on hand and head towards the atrium. It's almost as if your body is moving on its own accord. You inch closer to the guardrail, straining your eyes downward. You can't discern anything out of the ordinary. You're about to back away slowly when you feel a push from behind. Whoever it is putting all their strength into this. There's no time to prepare for it. You started with a huge disadvantage. Within seconds, your body is already over the railing. Oh no! You've fallen from very high up. Deep down, you know you're not going to survive this. You try to fight against the inertia. You try to look up to see your murderer, but it's already too late. Aw, I died. Oh, good evening. This is Brandy of LSE4 News. We have always have our ears on the heartbeat of the city. We have some troubling news this evening. It appears that a state worker took their own life, oh wow, during the extended holiday weekend. Their body was discovered this morning on the ground floor of their office building. Law enforcement believe they jumped to their death Friday night. There also seems to be no sign of foul play, as their goodbye note was found at a typewriter they had seen using, as well as some deeply concerning messages recovered from their work computer. We at LSE4 News urge you to seek professional help if you ever have suicidal thoughts. More news is on the way after a few words from our sponsors. Ooh, the next scene may be changed in later versions. Ooh, okay. That's awful. Wait, what? That was him? I guess he had a lot of issues. It's such a real shame that he had to die like that. Ooh, bad end. Alright. Let's see. Oh, I didn't save. Ah, crud. Okay. Skip. Okay. Him. Skip. We'll accept the offer. I'd love a cup. Okay, I'll be right back. He's gone in a flash, leaving you to face to face with the typewriter. At least I don't need a... Okay. He brings back the mug. You're really reliable. I pride myself in that. Are you gonna try that coffee? Okay, let's see. Let's pretend to sip it again. And... let's see. Skip it again. And let's see. Skip. Stay and finish. Skip. And we're not going to investigate this time. The curiosity, given your current situation, it's not worth it. Something about this situation feels almost like a trap. Well, it was, I can tell you that. All you can focus on is that last note. You can't help but stand there for a moment, frozen in place. So you're not going to check that out? You're too startled to respond right away. The voice, it's just far enough away, but also just as close. You should have been the only person left in the building. Unless your knees start to give way. If only I could see the look on your face. Leave me alone. Aw. But I was thinking we could have so much fun. This bastard is toying with you. You have to get away before they could do anything else. Hello? I'm Shibakita? If you've reached this point, first, thank you, and second, I hope you've liked the game so far. I have quite enjoyed it. It's almost been like a coping mechanism for me, and I'm sorry you've had to go through that. I'm so sorry. Nobody should ever have to go through anything like that. Oh. Over the last year or so, I've been getting a steady stream of threats. Oh no! Oh, I am sorry about that, darling. I'm really, really am. Nobody should ever have to go through that, like I said. Oh. He's been getting threats over, or they, I guess, have been getting threats over social media. And, oh, I'm so sorry. That's all they have at the moment. Oh, I have quite enjoyed it. Well, I can tell you, if you listen to this, I have quite enjoyed this demo, and I will definitely be playing more of it when it comes out, for sure. Let's see what happens, though, if I take the big old sip of the coffee. Ugh, coffee, but coffee anyway. Ain't gonna lie, if he offers me a whole bunch of water, yeah, I'd probably drink that. Let's see. Oh, I skip that. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da. Accept the offer. Skip. Take a sip. It's delicious. I'm happy you like it. He gives you a warm smile and walks off. Start space. Skip. Let's see. The sip of coffee didn't seem to help. If anything, you feel a bit worse off than before. Well, drink more. Why do I feel nervous? Maybe the caffeine just hasn't hit your brain yet. You bring the mugs to your lip and take a gulp of the stuff. Is this a foreign brand? It tastes a bit different than usual. You try not to let your thoughts linger and eventually get to work. But, oh no. Man, wow. But a fog starts to take over your thoughts. You try to ignore it. Try to stave off the sensation. Try as you might, you appear to be fighting a losing battle. Everything just continues to become more and more murky. It's affecting your vision now. You don't feel too well. As if your throat's closing up. It's becoming hard to breathe. You feel tired. Let's just go ahead and go to sleep for now. Sleep sure sounds nice right now. Your thoughts begin to fade out of existence. Breathing's coming to a stop. You hear a faint voice in the distance. Hey, are you okay? You're unable to respond. You've already given up. Bad end. Alright, let's see if we fight it. Skip. Skip. Accept. Skip. Take a sip. Skip. Drink more. Skip. Fight it. Nope. You're not able to fight it. Your thoughts begin to fade out of existence. Breathing's coming to a stop. You hear a faint voice in the distance. Hey, are you okay? You're unable to respond. You've already given up. Bad end. Let's see. What happens if... Let's see what the girl character looks like. Jane, right? We haven't run into each other all that much, but she's already seems pretty popular around here. Personally, I think she's a bit too much. I don't know anyone who's that chipper in the morning. But who knows? Maybe. Well, I should probably get to work. See you later. Looking for something? The voice catches you a bit off guard. You turn to see a person you and Charla had been gossiping about just a bit ago. A bit embarrassed by your current position, you try to regain what little composure you can. Oh, good morning. I am, yeah. We saved a couple electric typewriters for a while back. Some have been hidden away from the management during the Great Leap Forward of '89. That turned out to be a really smart investment. Oh, who knew they still had a couple lying around? Yeah, hopefully. As if on cue, you found what you've been looking for. You can almost cry tears of joy if you had any left. Let's see. Doesn't look like anything is any different. Let's see. Would you like some coffee? Accept the offer. I'd love a cup. Let's see. Try the coffee. So we're going to take a little sip but not drink anymore. You look to direct your attention to something else. Oh, I probably need my stapler. Okay, let's see. Ugh, I don't want to choose this part, but we're going to say the cop. Who the hell was that with the cop? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I didn't want to have to pick it, but it was an option, so I picked it. Ugh. Alright. His buddies. This case hits really close to home. You feel a distinct. Okay. Okay. Get ready and head out. It's not worth dealing with. Asking for something this involved so last minute and right before a holiday weekend? You already knew the boss was a hard ass, but now you just think he's an asshole. After packing up all your belongings, you finally about to head out. When you hear some frantic noise coming in from the back of the section, something like drawers slamming open and shut, it's probably nothing serious. The noises are soon drowned out by some very loud sobbing. It must be the photocopier? Everyone knows that thing is temperamental. It must have got jammed again. You didn't really have the motivation, but should you try to help? I got killed last time I did that, so we're gonna say why this time. You're not sure how much help you'd actually be, and after everything that's happened today, all you want to do is curl up on your frumpy mattress and sulk. I'm sorry. You say it to yourself, almost in a whisper. For the first time in a long time, you try to put your own feelings before the constant need for validation. You make your way down. You make your way down, falling in line with other people leaving the building. Eventually the throngs disperse, but you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. Oh. Is it your secret admirer, as Charlie put it, or something else? You try to focus on getting to your apartment complex in one piece. There's two ways of going about this. Okay. Which path feels safer? The one less traveled, the one with more foot traffic. Well, if somebody, I think, feel like somebody is stalking me, let's go with more foot traffic. More people means more cover. You don't care that it'll make your trek a bit longer. It's definitely better to try to blend in as you're being followed. You wish you didn't feel so paranoid, but you have this sinking feeling. It feels like this will be your life now, living in an ever-constant state of fear. Still, you feel a bit safer, almost like with camouflage, among the throngs of people. You clutch the set of keys in your pocket. Eventually, you make it to your apartment door, and then it hits you. Almost. Oh no! As if someone is on top of you. Oh gosh. It's good that you were ready, that you had your door key in hand. A shadow glides towards you in the dim lights. You let yourself in and slam the door behind you, right in the face of whoever was there. The two locks don't give anywhere near enough assurance, so you also barricade the entrance with a little IKEA furniture you have lying around in your small quarters. Then, everything goes silent. You keep waiting, but you eventually start to consider that your stalker might have gotten bored and left. But the thought doesn't make you feel any better, because you know this isn't over. Like the heaps of notes before this, you will have a dark suspicion that the worst is yet to come. You take in the hopelessness of your situation. There isn't really anything you can do, or anyone you could turn to. You've fallen out of contact with most of your friends and family, and you definitely can't go to the police about this. The government doesn't really care about people like us. You resign yourself to this fate and collapse on top of your makeshift bed. All this has left you emotionally and physically drained. You don't even bother to turn on the lights. Not that you want to pay for the electricity. You just want to go to sleep. Good evening, this is Brandy of LSE4 News. We've always have our ears on the heartbeat of the city. Rumors have erupted in one neighborhood following a very recent fire. I thought that was smoke. Some locals believe that it may have been a purposeful act of arson, although experts say it has been a simple, unfortunate accident. Only one person seems to have died in the incident, which is something all things considered. We'll keep you informed on any updates on this situation. Now for a few words from our sponsors. Bad end. Alright. Let's skip. Ryan, skip. This list declined. Skip. Brush it off. I'll be okay, but I really appreciate the offer. Okay, well, tell me if you change your mind. He nonchalantly walks away. You stare off into space, thinking about the interaction, blah, blah, blah. You direct yourself to something else. Skip. The women. Skip. Skip. Okay, we're gonna leave. Skip. Oh no, I stayed and finished. Dang it. Okay, we're not investigating, so, skip. Oh, shoot. Start. Skip. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong dang blasted button. Decline. Skip. Brush it off. Skip. Women. Skip. Get ready and head out. Skip. We're gonna leave. Skip. Okay. The one less traveled. Fewer people means more privacy, right? And it would definitely be easier to tell if you were being followed. You wish you didn't feel so paranoid, but you have that sinking feeling. It feels like this will be your life now, living in an ever-constant state of fear. And it doesn't help that this neighborhood seems almost deserted, even more so than usual. Oh no. If you listen closely, you can almost hear another pair of footsteps in the distance, walking in pace with yours. Maybe you're imagining it, or it's a coincidence that they're going in the same direction. But something about this whole situation feels off. It's too perfect. A shiver runs down your spine, even if you try to hide how panicked you actually are. What will you do? Well, let's make a run for it. If you are being followed, it couldn't hurt, right? You could catch them off guard by suddenly making a run for it, maybe even lose them. It's now or never. There's barely any time to think this through as you start to break into a run. Oh Lord, the footsteps pick up pace after you. They become your only focus. The only thing on your mind is getting away. Oh God, right in front of car. You're suddenly caught off guard by bright lights and feel something hit you straight on, very hard. The force flings you through the air like some kind of rag doll, only to eventually crash you against the hard pavement. Shortly after, the pain starts to set in. It overtakes everything as you lie there, writhing on the cold asphalt. A dull numbness follows, starting near your limbs and spreading inward. As you lay there dying, you hear the approach of those familiar footsteps. You can't make out who it is, but you can feel their gaze. They don't do anything, say anything. It's very clear they're not here to help you. You try to speak, but nothing but a bloody retch leaves your lips. There's nothing left but to resign yourself to your fate as you slowly lose consciousness. Bad end. Alright. Skip. Decline. Skip. Brush it off. Skip. Let's see. Get ready and head out. Skip. Y. Skip. One less traveled. Skip. Continue at the same pace. If someone is coming after you, they're still keeping some distance. And if they don't want to make a direct move on you, they could have already done so by now. So you continue walking at an even pace. You try to make it seem that you haven't noticed anything. But sooner or later, you're going to be at your place. And if you are being followed, I'll still be safe there, right? You try to convince yourself, but your mind can't help but fixate on the worst. You clutch the set of keys in your pocket, preparing for what's to come. Eventually, you make it to your apartment door, and then it hits you. Almost as if someone is on top of you. It's good that you're ready and you already had the door key in hand. A shadow glides towards you in the dim lights. You let yourself in and slam the door behind you right in the face of whoever was there. The two locks don't give you anywhere near enough assurance, so you also barricade with what little IKEA furniture that you have lying around your small quarters. Then, eventually, it goes silent. Let's see. The stalker left, but it doesn't make you feel any better, because you know this isn't over. Like the heaps of notes before you, you have a dark suspicion the worst is yet to come. You take in the hopelessness of your situation. There isn't really anything you can do, or anyone to turn to. You've fallen out of contact with most of your friends and family, and you definitely can't go to the police about this. The government doesn't really care about people like us. You resign yourself to your fate and collapse on top of your makeshift bed. All this has left you emotionally and physically drained. You don't even bother to turn on the lights, not that you want to pay for the electricity. You just... Ah, more smoke, okay. You just want to go to sleep. Okay. So, it's just talking about the fire again. So, he gets you... Well, whoever is stalking, gets you with the fire either way that time. So, let's go... see who is crying near the photocopier. Let's see. Get ready to head out. Skip. Okay. Should you try and help? Why not? At one time or another, you were in a At one time or another, you were in a similar position. You walk over to see what you can do. Are you okay? Sure. There was an awkward moment of silence as he frantically wipes his eyes with his sleeve. He very clearly isn't okay. It's the photocopier, right? He gives you a look. How did you know? Well, it's kind of a safe bet. Oh, but I'm not sure what to do. All of this stuff is due out of the office the morning after the break. I was in the middle of copying everything, and then this happens. There was almost a pleading tone in his voice, and you could see the hints of desperation in his expression. What should you do? Offer to help. You've been in this same situation numerous times. It is actually quite disconcerting how routine something like this has become. But someone was usually there to lend you a helping hand, and who knows? Maybe something good could come out of this. I'll help you. You will? He tries to feign skepticism, but it's very clear he wanted it. I wouldn't offer otherwise. You nod reassuringly. I couldn't thank you enough. With that, you get to work. You try to make small talk as you go, but he doesn't seem that receptive. He just stands there watching. It seems almost like his eyes are glazing over. Maybe he just doesn't know what to do. Although, part of you wonders, you've been pretty quiet. Oh, have I? Sorry about that. Nothing really wrong with it. It just seems like there's something on your mind. He looks to the side. I've honestly never stayed this late before, and I'm kind of worried about how my roommate will react. Roommate? There was something about how he paused mid-thought. You don't want to linger on his words, but you can't help it. There is this feeling that you know what he means. You feel like it made things a bit weird between the two of you. It's strange how one little comment can change everything. You don't know what to say, and he seems preoccupied with his thoughts. There is nothing but silence as you finish clearing the paper jam. Okay, that should about do it. Why not try making some copies? You see a flash in his eyes as he loads some documents into the tray and presses a combination of buttons. The bulky machine springs to life, and he gets ready to perform the task at hand. And it does, for a minute or two. Why is it making that sound? It must be out of paper? Well, there's got to be more around here, right? There should be a couple of boxes by the service elevator. There's a service elevator? You're finding it hard to stifle an incredulous look. The guy's been working here for over a month now, and he didn't even notice the large elevator around the bend. Maybe he just doesn't get around that much. I can lead the way. I'll be right behind you. Okay. As you walk down the hall, you can't help but feel a bit bitter about everything. It's almost dusk. You could have gotten your own case finalized and set, yet here you are, going above and beyond for someone else. Someone who already has a roommate. Not that there's any reason to not help them, but the thought makes you feel even more alone than you already did. You finally turn the corner. See? The elevator's right over there, and there should be some boxes of paper to the left. There's no response. Are you still with me? No reply. You don't want to look back the way you came. You already have a sneaking suspicion, but you also know that not doing anything would just be stalling the inevitable. You turn around. You're greeted by no one. There's no sign of him. Did something happen? Almost without thinking, you rush back the way you came. Where did he go? He's not here either. And it doesn't take long for you to notice there's no longer anything on the photocopier tray. It's almost like you feel a knot in your stomach. Was I hallucinating all that? You've been cradling your heads in your arms for a while now when most of the lights around the office go out. You've already freaked out enough as it is. You don't need the light timer's assistance with that. What the hell was that? All of a sudden, you hear a loud crash off in the distance. That sound, you could tell it came from the atrium. Whatever fell sounded heavy. It couldn't be, could it? Did someone... Your chest tightens up. Part of you has to know, but another part of you has a bad feeling about this. Don't investigate. The curiosity, given your current situation, it's not worth it. Something about the situation feels almost like a trap. You can't help but stand there for a moment, frozen in place. So you're not going to check that out? You're too startled to respond right away. The voice, it was just far enough away, but also so close. You should have been the only person left in the building, unless your knees start to give way. If only I could see the look on your face. Part of you wonders if this disembodied voice could just be another figment of your imagination. Although the thought doesn't make you feel any better. It doesn't really matter to you whether it is or not. Leave me alone. Aw, but I was thinking we can have so much fun. This bastard is toying with you. You have to get away before they can do anything else. And then that's the end again. Okay. Let's see. I think there's one more where we don't do anything with the young man. Let's see. Or, well, if you chose the lady, the young lady. Let's see. Politely decline. Thinks I'm good. Skip. Why not? Skip. Okay. Do nothing. What should I do? Do nothing. You don't have the audacity to turn the other cheek and just walk away. Plus, your constant need for validation. You try to stifle an exhausted sigh. I help you. You will? Let's see. Okay, it just took me back to that. So, don't investigate. Skip. Okay. So, that's all for Love Company. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I would definitely, like I said earlier when I got to that one ending, I enjoyed it. I hate the fact that the person who is making this game has had to go through something like this themselves. And I hope whatever you're going through eventually will stop and get taken care of. But I enjoyed your game quite a bit, and I will definitely be playing it when it comes out for real, the full version and stuff. But anyway, thank you for watching me play Love Company, and good morning, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching this, and I will talk to you later.